Good evening all. I actually don't have PowerPoint, so I've had to do my presentation on a WordPad, if that's okay.
Are you able to share?
Yeah, I'm trying
Okay.
to. I'm not actually sure how to do it. Let me have a look.
Your 4 minutes started already.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Just about to come up. Yes, we can.
Okay, so what tools does a data analyst need? Data analysts require a core toolkit focused on data manipulation, visualization, and querying to interpret complex information. The most essential tools include SQL for database management, Excel for quick analysis, and BI tools like Tableau or Power BI for visualization. Python is a vital tool for advanced analysis. What are the roles and responsibilities of a data analyst? Data collection, which involves gathering data from databases, spreadsheets, surveys, and other sources. Data cleaning, which involves removing errors, duplicates, missing values, and inconsistencies to ensure high quality data. Data validation, which is verifying accuracy and reliability of data before analysis. Data organization, structuring data sets for easy access and analysis. Exploratory data analysis, which is analyzing data sets to identify patterns, trends, and anomalies. Then there is statistical analysis, which is applying statistical methods to interpret data and test hypotheses. Data visualization, which is creating charts, graphs, and dashboards to present insights clearly. Reporting, preparing reports and summaries for stakeholders and decision makers. Dashboard development, which is building interactive dashboards using tools like Power BI, Tableau, or Excel. Business insights generation, translating data findings into actionable business recommendations. Database querying, which is writing SQL queries to extract and manipulate data. Automation of reports, using scripts like Python, Excel, macros to automate recurring reports. Performance monitoring, tracking KPIs and business metrics. Trend analysis, which means identifying long-term trends and forecasting future outcomes. Then we have data modeling, creating models to stimulate scenarios and support decision-making. Collaborations with teams, working with marketing, finance, operations, and IT teams to understand data needs. Documentation, maintaining clear documentation of data sources, processes, and analysis methods. Data governance support, ensuring compliance with data policies, privacy regulations, and security standards. Problem solving, which is using data to identify business problems and
1 minute more.
Solutions, and continuous learning, keeping up with new tools, technologies, and analytical methods. And that's the end.
Okay. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank
That
you.
was good. And yeah, Rotendo, you're clapping. Well done. It's your turn. So please go ahead to share your
Mine is
screen.
exactly the same as Patricia's.
No, just go ahead and present what you have. It's got to be
Okay.
individual. Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I done it on my phone because I don't have Microsoft for some reason. But I'll just share what I have. Is it share screen? Okay, so I put down the roles and responsibilities of a data analyst, the main roles and responsibilities of a data analyst, and how they help organizations make better decisions using data. So data collection and management, collect data from different sources, clean and prepare data sets, organize structured data, maintain data quality. A data analyst starts by collecting data from different sources such as company databases, surveys, or systems. They clean the data by removing errors and missing values. After that, they organize the data into structured formats so it can be analyzed properly. Maintaining high data quality is very important because accurate data leads to reliable decisions. Data analysis, identifying patterns and trends, perform exploratory analysis, apply statistical techniques, segment data for insights. The analyst examines the data to identify patterns and trends. They perform exploratory data analysis to understand what the data shows. Statistical techniques help them interpret results correctly. Analysts also segment data into groups such as customers or products to discover meaningful insights. Reporting and visualization, create dashboards and charts, present findings clearly, translate data into insights, prepare performance reports. After analyzing the data, analysts communicate their findings using charts, dashboards, and reports. They present complex information in a clear and simple way so non-technical stakeholders can understand it. Their goal is to turn data into useful insights that support decision-making. Business and technical responsibilities, support decision-making, monitor KPIs, write SQL queries, ensure data privacy. Finally, data analysts support business decisions by providing recommendations based on data findings. They monitor key performance indicators to track success. They also perform technical tasks such as writing SQL queries and documenting their work. In addition, they ensure data privacy and accuracy at all times. Tools used by data analysts, spreadsheet tools such as Excel for data cleaning, pivot tables, formulas, quick analysis, Google Sheets, cloud-based collaboration and reporting, advanced features, Power Query, macros, dashboards, used for small, medium data sets, reporting, business analysis, database and querying, SQL, the core language for retrieving and manipulating data, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and SQL Server database systems, analysts query daily, BigQuery by Google Cloud Data Warehouse, Amazon Redshift by Amazon Web Services, large-scale analytics used for extracting data from company databases, data visualizations and BI tools, Power
1 minute
BI
more.
by Microsoft Dashboards, business reporting, Tableau by Tableau, interactive visual analytics, Looker Studio by Google, online dashboards used for turning data into charts, dashboards, and insights, programming and analysis, Python analysis, automation, machine learning basics, libraries, pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, statistics, heavy analysis, and visualization, Jupyter Notebook, interactive coding and reporting used for deep analysis, large data sets, and automation. Oh my God, this minute is long. Data processing and big data advanced roles, Apache Spark, large-scale data processing, Hadoop ecosystem, distributed storage and processing, IBM SPSS by IBM statistical analysis software used for
Time
very
up.
large. Oh, thank
Time
God.
up. Sorry. Well done. Oh yeah, allow me, your hand is up.
All right. So I think this is the best time to say it so that the next person will not do same. Well done, the 2 days that have presented. You might have put in a lot of work to put it together, or you could have just gone to, Google, copy, paste it, and at once. I will not be able to determine that because of the way you have presented. So I'm not saying it to chastise you. Like I said, this is a learning place. So I want to see that you have done a bit of work and you're able to explain yourself. So not in comparison, but if you see the previous guys, it doesn't matter whether it's on Word document or PPT, though PPT would have been a better one, right? It doesn't matter where it's on. But I want to see that you did put in a bit of work to get that ready, right? I could, I can assure you that everybody on this call, we can read because both of you read through, even to the extent that you probably don't even know some of the words. I stand corrected. I don't know if there's a tool called R but I stand corrected. There's just R. I don't know whether it's supposed to be a completed word that is not completed. But if you were explaining and you say, oh, maybe R stands for Rutendo, for example, we'll know it's a particular application that you shortened. Or if I see an SQL there, you say, oh, this is SQL, I will know it's an application you shortened. So please let me see that you did the bit of work, because you might have actually put in work to gather this together, but I could not see it in your presentation. You just read to us, okay? So this is not a feedback yet. So this is just so that the subsequent people don't come to read to us, because I can assure you, I was even reading faster than you were. So I was already below. I was waiting for you to scroll up. Yep, I'm not even a very fast reader, but I was already waiting for you to scroll up. Everybody on here can read as long as we're seeing our screen. So please, subsequently, if you are about to present, please try and talk us through your slides. I would rather you be hung up in the first 1 or 2 pages and you're talking us through. You don't need to waste too much time in explaining, but please try and explain yourself. Take us through a journey. That's what presentation is about, okay? So I'm sure your tutor will give you proper feedback, but please just hold on to it. And so subsequent people, please don't read to us, please. I can read, I can assure you. If I call anybody on this platform, anybody can read. So please, let's not repeat the reading. Just talk us through it a bit. Thank you very much. I don't want to overflow, but I hope you get the gist. And it's from a place of love. And like I said, you might have put in work to put that together, but I could not feel the work you did, because I don't know if you put in work or just copied and pasted it and you're reading it for me. So I want you to be able to separate that thought in my head that, okay, she put in a lot of work and she's reading it or something. Just let me have a balance. Don't let me be off and say, because I could do it in 10 seconds. Copy paste, just go to ChatGPT, or I go to Copilot, copy paste and read for us. I can do it on my phone and share my screen on my phone too. So please, okay? Like I said, you might have put in work, but please, let's be mindful. Subsequent people, please don't read to us. Thank you. Next person, please. Back to you, Olufunke. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Olaumi. Yeah, so the next person is Sule, another BA. I'm not sure if he's on the call tonight. Sule, do we have you? If Sule is not here, what about Ademola? That's the other DA that we're waiting on. Okay. In the absence of the two DAs, Louise, I'm going to jump onto you, your BA. So do go ahead to present your slides. Louis, can you hear me? We can.
Is this still not showing?
You can go ahead now. You can see your
Can you
screen.
see it? Okay. So the agenda for the demo is
Put
introducing.
it on presentation mode, please.
Excuse me.
Okay, please direct her.
Yeah, you have to put it in presentation mode. If you go to the bottom of your screen where you have notes,
You mean, okay, that's slideshow.
the one that's like a TV that says present next to the minus and plus when you need, no, not that one, the next
This
one.
one?
No, the next one to your right.
Slide sorter.
Your right, to your right.
To my right? That's where I'm going.
No. Yeah, that one.
I asked if I should put it on slideshow. You didn't say anything. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So the agenda is introducing my role, 20 responsibilities for my role. My role is that of a business analyst. Who is a business analyst? He's a professional that bridges business needs and technology solutions, and then works with stakeholders to improve processes. Equally, a BA ensures business goals align with technical implementation, and then plays a key role in project success. 20 responsibilities of a business analyst. It requires gathering, that's Requirement gathering, that's collecting business needs from stakeholders, stakeholder analysis, business process modeling, data analysis, and creating functional specifications, gap analysis. Equally, we have a feasibility analysis, risk analysis, solution design support, and user story development, process improvement, change management support, documentation management, and then conducting workshop and meetings, testing support, validation and verification, performance monitoring as well, and then acting between business and IT teams, and then compliance and regulatory checks as well, and then project support. Tools that BA can utilize, documentation and collaboration tools, Microsoft Excel data analysis and reporting, Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, Microsoft Word documentation, Jira, modeling and analysis tools, Microsoft Visio process modeling, Lucidchart.
1 minute more.
Yeah, so my experience for the last 2 weeks, in the last 2 weeks that I have engaged in this business analysis trip, I have found that a BA uses a elicitation technique to bring out the business requirements or needs. And then Agile framework is used to document user stories. Agile project management breaks down the project into manageable units called sprints and involve continuous iterations. Scrum framework are sets of rules, events, and artifacts used to implement Agile project. The 3 pillars are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Agile values are courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. Scrum ceremonies are meetings organized to ensure the Scrum team are in sync with the execution of the project and helps to set expectations as well as get work done in a structured manner. Includes sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint refinement, sprint review, and retrospective. User story is a short, simple, and non-technical description of a software feature written from the perspective of the end user to explain what they want and why. User stories are lightweight and they encourage collaboration and then define who, what, and why of a requirement. And then it has a key characteristics of invest, independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. Conclusion. That's okay. Is up, right?
Okay, thank you so much, Abby, for your beautiful presentation. And that will make me call the next presenter, and that will be Esther. Is Taiwo on the call? I think he was earlier.
Yes, he is.
Can you please go ahead to share your screen?
Please, I'm doing that here.
Okay, fantastic. I'll just, once you start sharing, I will start recording.
So I'll start by letting you know what I've gained in the course of these few weeks that I've joined the platform. And one of them is my ability to gain deeper understanding of some of the terminologies used in project management. One of them I've read about before, but before now, I was so much confused about what it actually means, and that is time boxing, that it is a duration of time you have to do a task. And how it works is, define the task, set a specific time limit, work only within that time, stop when time is up, and review progress. Another one is elicitation, which is drawing out information from stakeholders to understand what they need, what problem they want to solve, what constraints exist, and what success looks like to them. And some of the techniques that is used in elicitation is interviews, workshops, observation, brainstorming, among others. And I move on to agile project manager responsibilities. agile plan. One of their responsibilities is agile planning and delivery, which has to do with defining project scope at a high level by creating a roadmap as to how to achieve their objectives. Then by breaking work into iterations of sprints, and by facilitating release planning and sprint planning sessions, and by ensuring incremental and continuous delivery of value. And another responsibility is facilitating agile process by ensuring agile ceremonies happen effectively, by making sure that they do their sprint planning, daily stand-ups, sprint reviews, and retrospectives. Then by keeping meetings focused and time boxed, making sure that the duration of time is not exceeded. Then another responsibility is removing impediments by identifying blockers and affecting the teams, by escalating issues when needed, and by helping resolve cross-team dependencies. Another responsibility is protecting the team by shielding the team. Sorry?
You have 1 minute more.
From scope creep and unnecessary interruptions, by managing stakeholders' expectations and ensuring realistic sprint commitment. Then by another role is coordinating with stakeholders. Then supporting product ownership. Then lastly, managing risk and issues by identifying risk early and proactively addressing them. Then managing dependencies across teams and adapt plans based on changing requirements or risk. Thank you very much.
Well done, Taiwo. Thank you so much for your presentation. Well done. That you seem to be the only APM on the team, so that would take me to the essence, and I will be calling on Laura to Taiwo, you're still sharing your screen.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yes. So Laura, please go ahead with your presentation. Thank you. If you're speaking, I can't hear you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Laura Cynthia, and today I'll briefly share my experience over the last 2 weeks as a Scrum Master intern, including key responsibilities and tools used by Scrum Masters. In the past 2 weeks,
your slide is not moving.
In the past 2 weeks, I have participated in daily stand-ups. I have also supported the team by helping to track progress, remove blockers, and improve communication among team members. I've also supported in the creation of project board for the team using Azure DevOps. I've also gained insights on other roles that make up the team, other roles like the business analyst, data analyst, the QAs, the APM, and I'll move over to the key responsibilities. Scrum Masters facilitates all Scrum events and ensures the team follows Agile principles. They remove impediments, protect the team from distractions, and support both development of the team and the product owner. They are the coach and agile principles. They ensure that the Scrum framework are strictly adhered to. They protect the team from distractions of any sort. They track the sprint progress. They promote collaboration within the team. They encourage continuous improvements to satisfy the product owner. They monitor the team performance, foster self-organization, resolve conflicts among team members, ensure that there is transparency at every point in time. They maintain the Scrum artifacts, support backlog refinement, report progress, and build positive team culture. Scrum Masters use different tools to manage projects and communication. Tools like Jira and Azure DevOps help to track tasks, while Slacks and Teams support communication. We also have Miro and Confluence that help with collaboration and documentation. We have Microsoft Teams that is used for meetings, and then we have the burn-down charts. In conclusion, I have gained practical agile experience. I've improved my leadership and communication skills because I've been put in a position of taking daily stand-ups, reaching out to my team members. I've also had a better understanding of Scrum framework. I'm ready to grow further as a Scrum Master. Generally, it has been a whole new experience for me, and I am willing to patiently improve and grow as a Scrum Master. So in conclusion, these 2 weeks have given me valuable practical experience in Agile and Scrum. I have improved my communication skills as well. And I look forward in going further in this. Thank you very much.
Wait.
Louis, you're muted. Louis, you're
Sorry,
muted.
sorry.
Thank you, Laura, for your presentation. Well done. So that brings me to you, 𝐂𝐓. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen now. Then we can start. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes.
Perfect.
Then
So,
okay, good.
yeah, perfect. So, yes, this is my Scrum journey so far. So, I've learned the various roles involved in the Scrum team. So, product owners are stakeholders that we get information from. Scrum Master. Sorry, should I just do? Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Scrum Mastery is the role I'm taking, which I would open up more about in the next slide. We have Agile project managers, which deal mainly with like Agile frameworks, which we deal with, but in different manners. We have business analysts who analyze the business and ups and downs of what the end results would give for that. And then we have the data analysts who analyze the data, and quality assurance people who do software testing to ensure that the product, or in this case, what we are aiming for, is up to par. So what I have done so far, I've touched on that, is understood the role better. And that's Scrum Mastery, which involves learning the Scrum Guide, learning the theory, TIA, transparency, inspection, and adaptation. I always say adaptability, I don't know why. Ceremonies, so sprint planning, the reviews, daily stand-ups, which I've managed moving forward. We have the retrospective as well as artifacts. Just as I said, we've managed daily stand-ups for the team in the past 2 weeks. Apart from that, I've done the administrative part of it, which is taking note of everybody, each member of the team, and the roles that they are doing in this team. I have managed the Scrum board, so I did set it up with my fellow team member, Laura. and I have effectively managed other members to get on the board and answered any issues they might have had. And this is evidence that that has now been set up for the team. So that's the Synergy Squad project board. So what do Scrum Masters do? Just as I touched on earlier, we coach the team members in self-management, also trying to get them on board with the increments that we have, trying to make them understand that we are time-boxed and we have a particular goal to meet, ensure that they meet those goals in the required sprints. We ensure that we help the product owner define clear and concise goals to help us load that onto the PBIs and ensure that increment meets definition of done as well. Ensure that stakeholder collaboration is required and done when needed. We help the organization in general by supporting, leading, coaching the team members. Sorry?
You have 1 minute more to go.
Okay. Help supporting the team members and then remove impediments and barriers when experienced. We also help the team from overcommitting and making sure we don't stretch them too thin. And we are facilitators of the team. The tools that we use are Jira or Azure DevOps, Zoom for meetings, just like we are on Slack, and Teams for communication, SharePoint for keeping data and information for the team. Scrum Mastery, lastly, is an 8-in-1 role, I would like to say. So we are servant leaders, facilitators, coaches, managers, mentors, teachers, impediment removers, or blocker removers, as we like to say, and change agents. And this past 2 weeks has helped shown that all these are part of what a Scrum Master does. And although I haven't fully involved myself in each and every one of these stances, I hope to do that, or I hope to be that and more by the end of this training. And I think that's me. Thank you very much.
Well done, Okwe. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
That brings me to Josephine. That's the next SN. Josephine, are you able to?
Right.
Yeah.
I just joined. I've just attended one class. So I'll just give a brief overview of what I learned during the first class that I attended. What I've learned so far, I understand that the Scrum Master, they're the ones that organize the work and ensure that all activities that needs to be carried out in an organization are in the right process and everybody's work is going on as planned by the project manager. They organize and make sure that everybody is delivering. They do the follow up, and most of the tools I've learned so far, they use are basically Agile, Azure DevOps, and some other tools which I'm still putting up together to know. So these are the few things I've discovered so far. They also remove some of the blockers, some of the details that could linger the work, the effectiveness of the work of each team. Thank you.
Yeah, Josephine, well done. I know you were just here for one lesson last week, but at least you're able to share what you have picked, and just sit tight, get your belts on. You would definitely settle in and know more. So there is thank you so much for sharing. That's about it with you. There's an Babatunde. I'm not sure if Babatunde is online tonight, but if he is not, that would be everybody presenting tonight, except there's someone that hasn't been called up. If you're here and you have a presentation and you haven't been called, kindly raise your hand and you can speak up, please. But in the absence of nothing, that will be it. And I don't know if it's the mentors that are going to speak first before Deji comes, or Deji is going to go first. But that's all with the intern's presentation tonight.
Hello. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll take the mentors first. Thank you everyone for your presentation. That present fully very where that's the word I can use. And whatever you did, fantastic. Well done. Help us to push through. We've used a full one, so we'll do the feedback about half an hour. Okay. So we'll start with the feedback of the Essence ADM. Over to you. You have the floor for the next.
Thank you. Allow me. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. APM and SM. Thank you so much for your presentation tonight. I'm going to start with Taiwo, who is an APM. Thank you for your presentation, Taiwo. I love the confidence with which you speak, the calmness with which you speak, knowing that you're doing this for the first time. You were not nervous. Or I didn't pick it, if you were, but so that's a good thing. I love your content on your slides. Some buzzwords that you're still missing together or missing the pronunciation. I just want to believe that this is because it's the first time, and as you go ahead or along during the course of your internship, I want to believe that you would be able to pronounce them well. One of it is facilitation. There can be tongue twisters at times, so don't worry. Everybody, I'm sure during my time, I make a bit of mistake also on that. And then the other one is the retrospective. Okay, but those are buzzwords that you just need as an APM to be able to pronounce well. And then I love when you started, you started with some things you've learned, which talks about your experience, shows me you've learned a few things while, in the 2 weeks that you're here, that you've been hearing about time boxing. And I'm happy that you understood what that means now, and also facilitation. So well done for picking those up and learning and, sharing your experience that those ones now. Well done. And then you also talked about your responsibilities as an APM. Thank you for listing those out. One thing I was just going to say, this is just an advice to you, is to research into what each sentence, of your responsibility, what it entails, or, well done. You also shared your screen, but you didn't put it on slide show. So it was kind of a bit, not too difficult. Let me say a bit challenging to see some of the things that were on that because of the color alignment also. So there's especially your subheadings for each slide, the background color that you use and the text color were blend in together. So it was very difficult to read what those subheadings were, but at least you were reading them out so we could hear them. Okay. So well done. I didn't hear you or see on your slide the mention of the tools that you have used so far. You might be using the same tools like the Scrum Masters. I did tell you that there are times when you will go out there to look for a job. You will get the job of an APM, but you'll be doing the Scrum Master role also. So if that is what you have learned so far, don't feel, oh, I'll be making mention of what the Scrum Masters are doing. That is what you've learned so far, okay? So be proud to make mention of what you've learned. You didn't make mention of that, but I want to believe going further, the next one you're going to do will be way better. If this is your first, I'm excited and I'm anxious to see, really anticipating to see what you're going to do next. So well done, Taiwo. Quickly, I'll move to Laura. Good content, good presentation slide, good content. I love your slide. I loved you listing, the experiences. You did it in the kind of a chronological order. You listed your experiences. Again, confident, calm. Well done, well done. So much as an APM for that. That I noticed that with every one of you, the four of you. So thank you for that. Um, One thing I just want to quickly correct uh, on yours is you made mention that continuous improvement is to satisfy the field. Okay, so continuous improvement when it comes to agile is not to satisfy your field, it is to improve the team's process or the ways of working of the team so that they can be more productive or add more value to what they do, get better in what they do, be more improve to do better, be highly performing rather than, and or being able to sustain their performance, so to say, and then get better at it. So we don't, your team are not continuously improving in order to satisfy the peer. Okay, so just note that because in your role you have to be able to understand all those processes of Scrum. But well done. I love your slide. I love everything on your slide, your responsibilities and everything and all that. Well done, Laura. Also, the same thing with Upper well done. Your slides also good content, good slides. I think you're the only one that showed your active art, which is the project board, so that at least we know what you've done. And I love the fact that you both talked about what you've done. You know the task you've done about your um, um, on the board, you creating the board and everything you've done. All those responsibilities, the ones you've actually experience, you did make mention of them, not just, okay, this is our 20 responsibilities and all that and everything. You listed all of them. And there was one thing of where you said that I really love. You said, I might not have gone through all of them, but I intend to, to go through all of them, experience all of them before the end of your internship. Shows that you're learning and you're developing and you're aspiring to, get better. So well done, well done. I think two things that I noticed. Jira, your pronunciation of Jira. So Jira. I think you call it. I can't remember what you call it, but the pronunciation is Jira. Okay, going forward, and then your slides, as beautiful as there were font inconsistency. So some slides have different fonts and different sizes. So just ensure that once you've created your slides, edit them. Just go back and check. You would notice definitely, because I noticed the fonts were different and then the sizes also. Just ensure that you have that consistency. But beautiful, beautiful job. Josephine, well done to you also. Even though you didn't have a slide, you were able to talk about the one class that you've gone through, the things you've learned about that. The only thing I just put down was if you can talk about it, even if it's just a slide that you have, to put down the things you've talked about, it would have been good to see. You said, yeah, I was in just one class. Don't worry that the others are able to have 10 slides and then you're just going to show one. It is what you have learned and nobody's going to kind of blame you for it, but that you're even able to talk about it shows that at least the little you've learned, you were able to talk about it. I'm so proud of you, Scrum Masters and APM. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is why, this is why we write. This is why we're the pace setter, so to say, of the thing. We carry the force of the thing. Well done, Tim. Proud of you. Thank you.
Sorry, Muji, did you speak regarding the APM? I think
Yes, Taiwo was the first person I
Taiwo.
talked
Okay,
about.
all right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's me, don't forget. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, sorry. Thank you so much,
Moji.
Muji, for the feedback. Yeah, and I guess you all have heard where there needs to be improvement and what you've done so well. Just keep at it. This is just the beginning, and more presentations to come. That's done with Moji. So I would pass on to Moji. Who do you want to pass on to? Rita, or that's for the keyways, or is Uzo here? Either Rita or Uzo, who is happy to go next, please? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, all right.
I can go next if that's okay.
Okay, thank you, Uzo.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing really well. So I'm giving feedback on the BAs. Actually BA. So there's only one BA that gave a presentation. I came really excited to see the BAs. I was like, oh man, we have a number of BAs here, and it was just a Bere. So I'll talk about that. There were Bere, Ebby. I know you're going by Ebby, but I really like Ebere. So
No,
Ebele, sorry.
if you like it's a Ebele, not a
Ebele, sorry, my dear. All right, cool, awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for your presentation. Very, very well done. I think your slides. I'm such a sucker for good slides, and I just want to thank the Blue Sky admin team because they mix things up every year, and the way they've done it this year, we usually see individual slides a lot later. So now that we're seeing individual slides, now we're seeing all the different, you're coming presenting yourself. So this is the best, and you did really, really well. I think your slides were arguably one of the best, if not the best. Really awesome. Very well done. You could see all the hard work that was put in it. And you set a standard for yourself. Like Olaume says, it's per head. So please don't go back. And even the fact that you're going to be presenting as a team, bring the team up to your standard. Don't go down. Don't fall back. Do you understand? So you've set a really high standard. That's what I want to see going forward for all your presentations, and you're going to have a few. I don't know if you introduced yourself. It would have been nice to introduce yourself, even just this first time, very quickly and all of that. But that would have been a nice way to start. The information you put on your slides was really well. I think it was from your slides that I actually understood what the ask was, because sometimes people are just presenting, but you said this is what we're supposed to do and this is what I did. So really, really well. That's how you present. You say this is what I'm supposed to do, and this is it, and it came out that way. So liked the presentation a lot. But one of the things you did, which I think Olami had just spoken about, was that you read. So you did a lot of hard work and you put it in there, but you were just reading through your slides. I understand you have very limited time, but again, like Olami said, we can see what you're reading. So if you're just reading what is there, you might as well just show the slides and we'll just read it. Do you understand? So try as much as possible, even when you put information on the slide, to talk it through, even if it's very little or very in a summarized way. Just talk it through. Try not to read through your presentation. Let the presentation speak for you 100%. But then when you're presenting, take the kernel, take the good, the cocoa of the matter. Do you understand? Take the main thing and just speak it to talk it through. Yeah. Then another thing, again, I really liked, again, very well documented. You put a lot of information there, which was fantastic. I was trying to take notes and look at your slides and take notes and look at your slides. As BAs, we document. That's what we do, where we document a lot of different things and we present that documentation. So one of the things you need to be aware of as well is proofreading your slides. You don't want to put it in all that hard work and then have it spoiled by errors, typos, grammatical error, spacing issues, all those different things. I saw a bit of them. So you never want to do that. So when you've done all that hard work, you now have to go back and proofread your slides. There are loads of tools, even because when you're doing some of the work, your brain can be telling you you're seeing something different. You almost have to leave it, go out and come and view it using fresh eyes. But there are tools as well. There are grammatical tools, proofreading tools as well. What I normally do is I have the slides maybe like on a Word document, because I know it might not be very easy to proofread on PowerPoint, but they're getting better at it. But I can put all that document in a Word document and then proofread it before I move it to PowerPoint, because honestly, you don't want to make typographical errors. Your presentation again, yes. So another thing you did as well was you did a lot of theoretical work. Now, I know that as BAs, you're the one role that has done more practical work than a number of others. I know the other roles are doing some practical work, but you've had meetings with your product owner. You know what the project is about. If I'm not mistaken, you may even have seen your project mandate. So you've done quite a lot. I didn't see any of that reflected here. And you always want to put in all the work you've done. You want to represent yourself, like, go above and beyond. Yeah. So I saw a lot of theoretical stuff of what you've learned. Really good. I saw, your requirements elicitation. I saw some of your user stories and all of that, but I didn't see the practical work you've been doing. I want you to talk a bit more about that. And you're going to be presenting every 2 weeks. So another thing I want you to start doing now is start from now to start getting ready for your next presentation. Your mind will forget all the things you're doing. You're learning every day and there's so much information. So as you're learning, getting new things, start putting all those things down so that by the time you want to start preparing for your slides, whatever the ask is, you have all the information of everything you've done and you're able to put it in as well. So I wanted to see a bit more of the practical work you've done, especially because you're one role that you work ahead of sprint. So you've seen more than all the others have, while others are still working on a number of other things. You've done that. So I kind of want to see that a bit more. And then again, be holistic. I think that's part of just what I'm saying. Just be holistic in your outlook when you're talking to people. Remember that as a BA, you're dealing with loads of different roles, and you want to bring all that to bear. I just want to end with something. So as well as you've done, remember that you're a BA, right? BAs get on well with a lot of people. Yeah, we want to make ourselves likable. We want to make ourselves approachable because people have the information we need. And if people don't want to work with you, it will be hard for you to get the information you need. So I know that you may be you sound like a very straight talker to me, and I really like that. You're a very straight talker. You're oft you say what you have in mind, but try as much as possible to couch it in very good terms so that you don't get off on the wrong foot or make people say, I don't really want to work with this person and all of that. I say that because of the interaction you had with admin at the start of the program. She was trying to tell you to put it on slideshow, and then when you found it, you were like, but I asked that and you didn't say anything. So they are very mature here. Yeah, they're very good here. People here will forgive you anything and they'll correct you. But out in the real world, you can make enemies fast that way. People are just like, I don't want to work with that person. She rubs me off the wrong way. There are very few BAs I know that can get away with being like, and they are fantastic at what they do. In fact, there's only one person I know. They'll go and call that lady. In fact, I was talking with my line manager. Sorry about that. I was talking to my line manager. Said, don't do what that lady does. I don't know how she gets away with it. If you want to express yourself, don't do what she's fantastic at her job. So people forgive her anything because she'll get the job done. We're not like that. And as BAs, the rule is you want to make sure that people you're easy to get along with. I'm not saying don't express yourself. You're someone who expresses herself. I know that about you, but do it find the best way to do it. The one example I'll give you is Allow Me. Allow Me can hack you. Like you did something wrong. When she finishes, she'll hug you. You still want to be her friend. I don't know. Again, she's another person. I don't know how she does it. She can wire you, but by the time she does, You're like, this person is doing it because she likes me, because she loves me, that kind of thing, and you just forgive her anything. So find a way to do it in such a way that you don't do it and you don't put people off. Yeah. So that's just my my feedback. So, and then sorry for Chidi, Esther, and Louis. Hey, you guys just missed an opportunity. Why didn't you try and do something? You can't learn quietly. Oh, you have to interact. Even if you just did anything, just try and do something. Please don't come to a demo again and not have anything to present. If you're at work, prepare something and let someone share the slides with you while you talk it through. Find a way. Don't let this thing get away from you and you're just finding excuses not to participate. So please, I love the lady who only came for one class. She didn't have any slides, but she still did something amazing. Please don't ever come to a demo and you're just empty-handed. Like I'm all those things are excuses. You're here for yourself. So put your best foot forward. Yes, you won't get it right, of course, but we'll correct you. But please don't refuse to participate. You're not helping. You're not getting anything from this. But Abby, very well done. Oh, you set a high bar. Don't you dare. Don't let it go down at all. I'm going to hold you to that high standard. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm done.
All right. Thank you, Zo, for the fantastic feedback to the one and only BA. Well done, well done, well done, Abby. So, you have to raise the bar. Anyway, without taking much time out, have Rita give her feedback as well to the QAs. Thank you. Over to you, Rita.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Quickly. So, thank you to 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓 and the other lady that presented. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Apologies. I don't know if it's N-U-E-N-U-N also. But then, yeah, well done to you too. Good presentation from you too, I must say. I was really blown up. So I'm going to start with 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓. You did so well. Apart from, I want to make a request to my father and my mother, the way you started off, which has been addressed. I mean, it's all right. I understand you were trying to show appreciation, which is okay for being the first time, but however, it's going to stop there. And yeah, you were very confident. I liked the fact that you also took your time to talk about the whole team, which is practically proving that you understand the software development life cycle, because you kind of understand everyone's role, which was great. You talked about them briefly. It was really brief and it was good. I like that. However, you don't need to do that in moving forward on the other presentation. It's good that you have that understanding. Very, very good. That's going to help you moving forward, definitely. And I also like the fact that you were talking us through. You weren't just reading the slides. I think one thing, if you are presenting, if you have confidence, the rest is add-ons. So the fact that you are very confident, you were the first person to present. You presented so well, you were very confident, and you were just talking us through. You were not really reading the slides, which is great, and there's room for improvement. So I think the other bit that you need to work on is not, you won't find it too challenging. Yeah, it's something that you'll be able to work on quickly. And like as I said, you were talking us through it. It was so much of a journey. I just like the fact that you were going bit by bit, like from the very way we started it, to the test cases, to the test plan. You were just going, it was well structured, yeah. So you took it bit by bit from how it all started, which was really great. I really enjoyed it. I didn't want you to stop. I don't know if that was the last slide, if you had some slide you did not talk about. Yeah, next time if you are presenting like that and they tell you time's up, quickly just rush us through if that wasn't the last slide. Well, good presentation from you. I really liked that. And moving on to Enu, you did well as well. You presented so well. You were very confident. I like the fact it was compared to the way Adegboyega presented. He came with a full force. He was just giving it to us. You came, your tone was so soft. I like it. I like the way you were talking. However, you did not introduce yourself when you started. You didn't, I had to figure out who you were, your name, because it was on the screen, and your role. So next time, please do well to introduce yourself from the beginning. Let us know your name and your role. And when you are presenting, just know you are presenting to stakeholders that knows nothing about your project. So this is you coming to tell me about the project, right? Just assume that you don't know who Rita is or whoever your mentor is that is listening. Yeah, you're just presenting to people that has no idea about the product or the application under test. So try next time when you're talking, because you presented so well, like as I said, because you were very confident. I love that. And your slides were great. Very impressive. I don't think you were reading through the slides, but you talked us through the test plan and the test cases and the test strategy, which is great. That shows that you guys really understood the task. So I want to say well done to both of you. Adegboyega and you did so well. Well done to the two of you that presented. And hopefully the other people will present. So I just want to say, moving forward, with the way you have presented tonight, please, if you are to present next time, I want you to raise the bar, because you're not going to go back from what you've done today, please. So I expect more from you next time. With what we'll be doing next, so there will definitely be more content for you guys to showcase to us, the hard work and everything that you guys have been putting in this internship. So thank you to the both of you. And yeah, I'm just going to stop there. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you. Well done, everybody. I think that's all we have. Anything from you?
That's not all we have. There's still one more now.
Oh,
that does not break any
well, before Deji. No, I know, before Deji.
Juliet action.
Yeah, Deji's going to go. I just wanted to look through and see that.
Juliet.
I wanted to find out if Juliet and yourself had any feedback. Yeah.
Yes. Hi, good evening. This is Juliet. Yes, so I'll be giving feedback to the GAs. So that's Patricia and Rotendo. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's Patricia and Rotendo. So thank you both for showing up and making the effort to to have something to present tonight. So well done on that for showing up tonight. I think the first feedback I had, Olawumi had already covered it. It was regarding the presentation and I think the content as well. It was, yeah, I won't overlook that. Olawumi had already covered that, so I'll move on from that. And what I do want to say about that though is I do remember when the ask was being given by Deji last week. I remember he specifically mentioned PowerPoint to put the presentation on PowerPoint. And I noticed that you both had presented using Word, and I think one of you used the phone as well. We do understand constraints, and maybe you might not have the Microsoft Office and all of that. But I think things like this, it would show that you've considered the ask. If you sent ahead of time, maybe to your SM or your tutor that you don't have Microsoft Office, and because of that, you're going to be presenting using something else. Because one of the habits, for lack of a better word, that we like to encourage on this platform is following instructions, and so these instructions are usually made as clear as possible. And I remember the video was sent through as well, just in case anyone didn't catch the instructions that were given, so that you can watch and be able to follow the guidelines that have been provided. So please just make a note of that in the future. This goes to everybody as well, that when instructions are given, if for whatever reason you're not able to follow the instruction, there are genuine constraints. We do understand that. We're quite understanding on the program, but it's when you communicate that ahead of time that we're able to know that, this is what's happening. So we expect that, so that way there are no surprises during the presentation. So please, let's make a note of that going forward. And then also you focus on the responsibilities as as asked by the management, but what we didn't see was what you've actually learned so far. And I know you both have been on the program for a bit already, so it would have been good to see the bits that you've covered. I know you've done bits on Power BI, maybe not the practical session, but it would have still been good for you to mention that. And I know that you have done a session on SQL as well. We didn't see any of that. So just going forward, the ask was to come and show us, or summarize to us what you've learned in addition to the 20 tools and responsibilities that you were asked to research on. So just tying it back to following guidelines and instructions that are given when we have a task to do. Yeah, so please make a note of that going forward. So I think this is the only time that we will be focusing on the things that we've learned, like the theory part. Going forward into sprint 1 and on, we would be focusing more of what we've done. So what have we done with what you've learned? Which would then entail lots of artifacts, screenshots. For your DAs, you want to see sample calculations, some sample queries, and all of that you will be doing in the next couple of weeks. So it's only the first presentation, so that's fine. But we're hoping that in subsequent demos we would have a bit more content and a bit more content, and the confidence as well to showcase, because it's the ability to showcase what you've done, so that you yourself that it also allows you to take stock, and because we do the demos every 2 weeks, so it allows you to take stock as well, because you came here for a reason. So it allows you to take stock and look back, okay, the last 2 weeks, what have I actually achieved? What have I done with my time? What is it that I've gained in these 2 weeks? Because that way that you're actually getting something from the program. So that I don't believe anyone came here without having a goal or a purpose in mind. And these demos are a way for you to take stock and actually gives you that understanding that you're actually getting something. And if you're not, definitely please let us know, and things will be done about that. So that's one of the purpose why we encourage these demos that we do every 2 weeks. So once again, thank you for showing up, and we hope to see a lot more from you all. Thank you. That'll be all from me.
Thank you, Juliet. Thank you. Allow me, anything from you before I jump on to having DG?
So yes, please, if I may. So this is now for everybody, but before I do that for everyone, honestly, you guys have done really well, because this is your first demo. Some of you might have even had experiences in presentations, but I can assure you a couple of you have probably not done presentation yourself and everything. You're just doing it for the first time. So beautiful, really. And I like the courage. And you see all the feedbacks. Please, all the feedback that you have received today, it's just for you to build yourself and have a better goal the next time, okay? So this recording will be shared with you. Please take your time to make sure you listen to it again. Take your own feedback and see how you can improve on yourself, okay? Thank you really very much. I'm sure everybody that spoke today, that we even heard your voice. You see some people checking out. Some people really probably, had hiccups while they couldn't present, but I can assure you some people actually chickened out. Some people might even have had their slides, but they are too scared to go, and they just chicken out and say they are not available. I'm just telling you, for real. Somebody will confess to me later, but I will not snitch on the person. But I'm just trying to say it happens, okay? So really well done. But I just want to show you guys something, everybody. It will take me just 2 minutes. Screen 2, okay? Let me use this screen, okay? So you go back and do your responsibilities. Nope. Let me increase this to 1, okay? Okay. So you go back and do your responsibility. I want to give you an idea of what I'm talking about when we say responsibility. You've done well. All what you wrote as responsibility, honestly, is correct. But some of the reasons we tell you to go and do those responsibilities is actually for your CV. We're telling you to do the responsibilities so you can capture, if you've captured it correctly right now on this, your presentation, you can copy and paste it and go and put it in your CV. That's actually the idea of the responsibility tax that Deji was talking about. So I'll give you an example of that of a Scrum Master. Sorry, because I'm a Scrum Master. I'll give you an example of how a Scrum Master will look like. So for example, please note that all those I facilitated or I'm don't put I, don't personalize it, don't use that pronoun, right? Just go straight to the word, right? Facilitating this. So now the reason you're seeing ing, I'll show you the two differences. This was my current CV before, for example, I am proceeding to a new job. So this is the one that is like current. So if you see my facilitating here, you're seeing is ing because I'm assumed to still be working. So that's why I'm saying facilitating. That's why I'm using ing. But if I come to the next task, you'll be seeing that I'll be using ed for modes like coached. If I find a coach here now, it will be coaching because the first one I'm currently in this job. So I'm saying what I'm actively doing. That's why you're seeing an ing. But I've done this in the past. You see, this is my previous experience. So they are all going to be in past tense. I supported, I ensured, because they are all in my past. I created. So you remove all the I am just jumping into it to say created maps and this, created this, ensured that. So I'm just going back to the present tense, now. I just wanted to show you the difference. But main thing is, some of you, for example, you could have written maybe a facilitation. You now write Scrum Masters facilitate. No, please try not to do that. So use this as a trend of what we're trying to say. So for a Scrum Master now, my responsibility in my current role, for example, is facilitating core agile ceremonies. It's my choice to actually write those ceremonies here. I might not write it. I might just say facilitating core agile ceremonies and ensuring they are productive and kept within the time box. Responsible for planning, assessing risk, coordinating work, coaching team member on agile principle, and supporting and guiding the Scrum team during workshops. Skipping now. I'm coaching and supporting the product owner on product backlog management, ensuring a healthy. So at this point, I'm trying to tell you that this is what I did some years ago for my own tax that you have just been given now. So I just copied and pasted it in my CV. Then I kept enhancing it. Please note the word enhance. As it is like this, I have a new version of this because I've started enhancing them. I can't have been in Scrum for a long time and you'll be seeing cherry words like this, okay? There will be an extra spice on what I do. This is CV of 2021, 2022. I'm just trying to tell you how far back this CV is. So you will try and make those responsibilities, flesh it up to actually capture, please, your own. The idea is to have as many as possible. See how many are here now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to keep counting, but you see still more down here, right? So you can have like 10, 15 responsibilities for one particular experience. But right now, you might even be on number 4 actual responsibility that you have. It doesn't matter, but keep adding. And ways to get these responsibilities is by going to search for a job and see the job description that is there of what is currently obtainable for your role. So as a Scrum Master, if I go into JobServe or something and I type role of Scrum Master, I want to see what exactly is the core responsibilities that are being requested for the job description of the role of a Scrum Master. Then I'll come here and coin it into what suits me, what I know I'm capable of doing. Even if I'm not capable of doing it, I can write it out and go and learn it and own it for myself. Okay, we will still take you through some of these things, but I just thought it's important to let you know, because some of you, I saw that you just scribbled some things as responsibilities, and they are actually good, but you need to make it fleshy and make it work for you, like you're the doer, right? You're not speaking generally. Like if I'm speaking generally, I'll be saying Scrum Master will facilitate an agile ceremony. No, I am saying what I'm doing. I'm facilitating agile ceremony. That's the work I'm doing in Blue Sky. I am responsible for planning and coordinating my team. I'm responsible for coaching my team on agile principles, the values, the mindset. I am supporting the Scrum team to develop workshop, users. I'm keeping the team focused on their sprint goal. I don't want them to deviate from the work of the sprint. I am facilitating the removal of impediments. As Laura, as Okwe, I'm making sure my team members are able to log into Azure DevOps. They have the right tools to work. Do they understand what they need to do? So I am facilitating the removal of that impediment. I might not be the one to remove it. They might get in contact with somebody that will remove that impediment, but they're just supporting the team to make sure that they eliminate all the issues and the likelihood of achieving the objective of that particular sprint or iteration. So I think it's important to show you. I hope somebody, at least one person, is getting my gist tonight. Please go back and refresh it up. If you refresh all what you have right now up and add it to your CV, it will change the dynamic of your CV immediately. Like it will change it. Okay? Thank you. All right. So we'll now give Deji another 5-10 minutes to give us a wrap. Yeah? Olufunke, you good? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Your hand is still raised. So over to you, Deji, for your feedback. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I think the time is already gone anyway. So I want to say thank you to everybody, all the mentors. Yeah. Okay, maybe someone will say this is not what stage. You said nobody should say thank you to my Yarisi and Babarisi, but I think I'm allowed to do that anyway. So
we wish you happy Valentine and a happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you everyone, all the mentors, for a job well done. To be honest, I haven't done all this thorough feedback. I don't know what is left for me to do anyway. So I want to thank you, and also to Olawumi, Olufunke, and also my Ebu Juliet as well. So thank you for all you do as well. So yeah, in terms of the interns, I want to say well done. To be honest, you guys have done very well. And also when I look back and see that is the first week, right? And it's the first sprint, and also is your first presentation. And by the way, this is recorded so that even at the end, when one of you, allow me, please save this one. I'm really, really interested in this one also, so that if any of these ones now start to make mouth after maybe 1 year or 2 years in a job, we can play back to them anyway. Some are good, some are not, some might be terrible, right? So, but however, I think it can be exempted today and say, okay, it's my first time. And like Olawumi said, even the fact that you show up and you presented, I think it counts for something, right? Because some people might have a better presentation, but the phobia of presentation would not allow them to have done it. So the fact that you are able to come in and even, let's say you are not even sure of what you want to present, but you just presented anyway, I think I want to say well done for that. It takes a lot of courage for you to stand and also be able to present something. And I would say well done for that. I'm really, really impressed for everyone that has been able to present. And for those ones that are still kind of contemplating or miss the opportunity, one thing I tell people, right? This program is not a program that you go and you come out and say, I didn't do anything. That is not going to happen. In fact, so we will exempt you for this particular one, right? But there will be other opportunity. And in case, if you do not present, I will say you are gone on this platform anyway. And it's the fact that even for those guys that are paying, you're only paying per month anyway. So we will be happy to let you go and you pay us for the month that you've already been on the program, and that is it gone anyway. So technically it's not about the money. We are looking for committed people and people that would be able to say, yeah, they passed through the program and we know that they passed through it anyway, because we are also being regulated by the Christ Redeemer's College, because they are going to give you certificates from their college anyway. So which means that we need to be able to say that you've gone through the program, you attended all the ceremonies, you've done all the tasks that we ask you to do, and then they will give you a certificate. Just to point it out quickly, right? There are two organizations involved in this, right? The first one is the CRC College that will give you a certificate that you attended the program and you finished anyway. But however, BlueSky is a charity organization, will give you experience that you need. So basically, you are working for BlueSky, but CRC is doing the training for you. So even on your CV, you would say, let's say certificates in BA, Christ Redeemer's College. But now, within work experience, you work for BlueSky Citadel as a BA. So that is how you identify or distinguish these two organizations. But we'll let you know as we go along anyway. So, and one thing I just want to also correct as well. Someone was saying that I don't have Word on my system, right? Your subscription on this platform comes with Office 365, right? Which comes with Word anyway. So once you are on the program and you got your email address, right, it comes with all the Word suite, actually, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and the likes anyway. So please use it for the purpose. If you don't know what to do, speak to me. And I think maybe we can also have another session for this anyway, so that one way or the other, it will not be really, really good if you have something, you have access to something and you are not using it. So everyone, and it comes in the package anyway, so you can use it on different computer that you want, and you can install Word and you can install any of this Office suite for free. Because of that, it comes with your BlueSky account anyway, once you'll be given that anyway. So that it's done. So maybe tomorrow or anytime we can talk about that anyway. So if anyone is having issues with that, or you don't know how to use the licenses that will be given to you anyway. In fact, there are other licenses that would also give based on your roles as you go along anyway. So that is that. And also, I've seen great presentation in terms of PowerPoint, and I've seen worse as well. And in fact, of course, let me not repeat what the most especially those guys that have used the word. I'm going to say that maybe it's going to be the last time anyway that this is going to happen. But if you are interested in knowing how to do a very good presentation, right, or prepare a very good PowerPoint, I will send a YouTube link into this chat, because this will not be one of those things I will do anyway. Or you can also Google them; they are really, really good anyway. So it's what's the name? PowerPoint University anyway. So they are really, really good anyway. In terms, you can even, what you need to do is on YouTube. I don't even know why they have the platform on YouTube, not like a blog or website. So what you need to do is go to the YouTube and then select any of the PowerPoint that you want, right? Go into the comment, and in fact, you can then download the one that you want to download. For instance, I think I've actually downloaded a few. So let me see if I can add them here. But I've actually put the link here anyway. So, okay. So there's a few that I've downloaded for you guys. So you can kind of, it's going to make your job easier, right? So of course, for those guys that have got what's the name of this app now? It just escaped my mind. Canva, yeah. For those those guys that got Canva, and in fact, you can even go to Canva. Is even a free version. You can do that as well. Anyway, so and I would say that please, for the next time, we want to have a very good presentation, right? Use the tool, right? So because from the presentation I saw white, I saw so, and I think within the team there are a lot of people that would that have got the experience with that. Anyways, let's bring it together. Okay, and okay, I think that it means okay. The last thing I want to also mention is like, please, when we give task, right? And sometimes I'm careful with the word I use, right? Because this is not a university, it's not a college, it's a work. It's actually you working for BlueSky. Because for myself, I'm the CEO of BlueSky. So you are not in a training in terms of academic training. You are in a training for your job, right? So we don't give assignments, right? We give task. Do you get it now? We don't do what's the right word now? We don't do tutorials. We don't do teaching. We do training. Do you get it now? Even at work, they will send you on a training. You do training, right? So it's just to use the right word, right? To be honest, so it's not like, oh, I'm giving you an assignment, but I will give you a task to do, right? At work, you have tasks that you have to do, right? But it's not an assignment anyway. So even the same way, I've also spoken to the tutors as well. So it's just to ensure that they use the right words because this is not the conventional training or school that you attend anyway. But by and large, I want to say well done, everyone. The job already started, right? I want to see improvement. We are moving to sprint 1 right now, which is where the work starts anyway. So I want to see more of your presence and your work, right? For the next sprint, we're going to let you know if it's going to be individual or I think Olawumi is prone to teamwork. But even though if it's going to be teamwork, I want you to know that there are also going to be individual flavor. So from now to the end of this sprint, which is 2 weeks. So some of you guys already know that sprint is 2 weeks now. So to the end of the sprint, I want you to continually document what you do day to day, right? Because even if you have to do group presentation, you would have to send your individual task, right? What you did within the sprint, right? And you can't say I didn't do anything. So that's I said you cannot kind of gone through this program and you didn't do anything anyway. So every day, what did you do? So please ensure that you are documenting them, right? So that at the end of the sprint, you can send it to your team and they can collate it together. And someone else would then present it on behalf of the whole team or of the role anyway. So, but I'll say well done for this one. For some of you is 1 week, some of you is 1 month anyway in this preparatory session anyway. So well done. And I think on that note, I'm happy to say that the recruitment is closed. But one thing I would say is that maybe for those guys in the uni, I think Chidi and Esther were. So if any of your friends want to come in as a keyway, right? I'm only giving that privileges to you anyway. So only for quality assurance, we can still take a few, 1 or 2 for quality assurance, basically from your end anyway. So except from that, I think we are close anyway. So I'm only looking for 1 or 2 keyways, and that's it done anyway. So thank you. Hopefully, allow me that is okay.
Yes, boss, we'll take them.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So all right, so over to you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much for all your feedback. Over to you, Olufunke. Do you want to give us a wrap?
And
And
definitely,
remember to give everybody that presented some lollipops. Thank you.
oh, sure. Yes, beautiful start to the week, and everyone's done well. I will actually, whose hand is up?
It's me.
Someone's.
I just remembered. I know that he has mentioned, but I wanted to reiterate because some people might not have gotten the gist. So, officially, again, today ends sprint 0 and tomorrow is sprint 1. So, for your sprint 1 now, you are going to the board. Remember, if you remember the story of our journey, the SMs, they create the board, the BAs, they write their stories, they put it on the board. So BAs, between now and tomorrow, if your stories are not on the board, please magically find a way to get it to the board. Speak to your SMs to make sure you have access to the board. Speak to your BA mentors or your PO to guide you to put them on the board, because you have to be ready for your team tomorrow 9 p.m. You have to be ready to share your screen to show the work that we are doing for this sprint, right? Make sure you get all your order of priority and everything, because your PO might not join you guys for your sprint planning, but find a way to invite her. So SMs, also please try a way to invite all the necessary people. If you check on your your synergy chart, you see Babatunde, he's your developer. Make sure you invite him. Please don't invite him 2 minutes to 9 p.m. tomorrow. Between now and 9 p.m., please reach out to him on Telegram and invite him for your sprint planning tomorrow. That will be your first day of sprint planning. We'll also invite some of your mentors that will guide you. I'll do some of the other invitations because it's your first time, but subsequently you be the ones to invite them yourselves. And it's your call how you want to run it tomorrow, but we'll be there to guide you. So you're going to plan a new sprint. For those of you that don't have idea of the project you're developing, you will know it by tomorrow. So come with your A game tomorrow. Make sure you're logged in with your laptops. Don't because work starts fully. Tomorrow is sprint 1. Remember, sprint 0 is just on body you shaking. Just make sure that everybody is good to go. Make sure that everybody has the right tools to work. But please note that more tools will be added as you go, as it is required. Okay, nothing to throw you off of it. It's still BAU, business as usual, but you need to apply yourselves more from tomorrow, because now you'll be doing hands-on work. Okay, so QAs, be ready to understand what they are telling you tomorrow and ask good questions as much as you can to know that the work you're doing is testable. Okay, BAs, you're going to express to your team what the ask is. Remember, your PO has expressed to you, so you need to tell the team the project work that they are doing tomorrow too. SMs, you're there to facilitate, to make sure things are going as it should. DAs, please note that not all the time you work in the Scrum team, but you're going to be in this Scrum team and will guide you as you go to. APM, you don't work in the Scrum team, but you work with the Scrum team. Okay? So as you go, you get to understand what I'm saying. But no need to fret. Everybody just get ready. Everybody will be participating together fully tomorrow. I just thought to iterate so nobody will tell me they don't understand. Tomorrow's sprint 1 sprint planning is happening by tomorrow. Thank you. All right. And just to cap, our 2 week sprint in BlueSky starts on a Tuesday and ends on a Monday. So Tuesday starts tomorrow and ends in 2 weeks Monday from now. So it's going to start on the 17th and it's going to be ending, I think, 1st or 2nd of March, thereabout. Just check your calendar, the Monday that comes behind it. Thank you very much. I really don't want to take the time. So I guess we can call it a wrap. Thank you. Cheers. I hope everyone understands. If you do not understand, please do let me know. All good? All
Well
good?
done.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And thank you to all our mentors that turned up. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you, Deji. Everyone have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Cheers,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good night.
Have a beautiful week ahead. Thank you.